Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. There's this weird movie that's on that I've never seen before, and I kind of got sucked up into this movie. It's a Demi Moore movie I've never seen before. It's weird. It's weird. Anywho, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Glorious Rising, Wonderful Rising, and all that warm and fuzzy rising. Super Rainbow Queen. I went out and got me a cup of coffee. This particular hotel, like, I haven't been in years, and trust to believe, only because I had to have somewhere to go because it was raining. Never again. Never again. What's up, Jeffrey? What the hell's going on, Jeffrey? Grand Rising, Jeffrey. What you up to, Vice President? So, I got to figure out what I could actually get done for today. I had asked for a late checkout, but the foreigners here on a trip, the African dude lied and said that they had microwaves and refrigerators here when I called before I came. That obviously was the lie. There's no refrigerators, no microwave, so I couldn't heat up my food. And I went all the way downstairs to go get coffee, but not to heat up my food. Thank you for the pen, Mr. Ray. Thank you for the pen. Thank you. Hold on, let me set this phone down. Okay, yeah, that's disgusting. This thing, I don't know. This thing is weird. This movie is so weird. But I was able to catch up at least on the House of Dragon. What the? Yeah, this is weird. It's really weird. Yeah, only for a couple more hours. It's almost checkout time. Like I said, I had asked for a late checkout, but like I said, the dude was rude. Like, he was rude. So you know what I got to do? I got to leave me a nice little honest review. So yeah, I have to do that. And then it's like I gotta respond to the rest of my messages that I didn't respond to yesterday because I was trying to rest. You know, I had to rest, so, and that's what I did. I stayed in the bed. It was raining Saturday, so thankfully I was able to come inside. But this is a new week, so we're not gonna talk about last week. It's a brand new week. This is the beginning of everything new. So I'm just gonna stick to that. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stick to that. So, Jeffrey, how was your weekend, Jeffrey? I got me some Greek yogurt. I probably should have got the blueberry one, but the strawberry one was the only one. Ooh, okay, that's nasty. Yeah, this thing is weird. It's called the substance. I don't know. It's giving me Goonie vibes and some other stuff like this. I don't know. It's weird. Anywho, so how was your birthday? Your birthday. How was your weekend? Oh, you like song in church. That's good. That's good. I'm happy to hear that, Jeffrey. Let's see. Let me stir up my little yogurt. I haven't had yogurt in a minute. I like those little yogurt parfaits that I get from, where do I normally get those from? The Giant? I don't know. But the fruit is still at the bottom of this one. There we go. These plastic spoons aren't very strong. You prayed for me. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate it. I need all the prayers that I could get at this point. The main thing that people can leave me alone and let me do what it is that I need to do for myself, you know. Well, I figure this stuff out. In spite of everything that had happened last week, it was good to, you know, be in the old neighborhood, you know. A lot has changed, but that's just life in general. Not everything is going to stay the same. But like I said, I learned a lot about myself, about the situation, about people in general. And it just kind of solidifies how I'm feeling about that whole little situation in general. Traci just has to be by herself. That's all. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, God is always listening. Somebody is always listening. And that's for sure. And God don't like ugly. And all the stuff that had happened last week was ugly. So it is what it is. All I know is, in spite of how inconvenienced and uncomfortable I may be, Tracy's gonna be all right. And that's all that I know. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's coming. It's coming. So, you know what next month is. You know what next month is. Tracy's birthday coming up. Mm-hmm. My birthday's coming up. Well, Cece's birthday come first because he a Leo, so his birthday will come up first, then my birthday, then Chris' birthday. So all of our birthdays are in August, except for Crazy Cat. Crazy Cat is a Virgo, but she was in an August Virgo, like almost the rest of us. Mm-hmm. Let me see what time is it, because I said I was going to take a nap before I didn't really have to pack up. I didn't take anything out of my suitcase. I didn't have my little grocery bag though. Yep, your mama birthday coming up too. I forgot about that. You right. Stay strong, my sweetheart. I'm trying to, honey. I'm trying to. Look, I'm all right. Like I said, this is a whole brand new week. So it's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff happening this week because I'm not accepting anything less. Okay? Last week was rough. It was a really rough week. But I've already lived through my worst. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I stayed in the bed. I stayed in the bed and all I did was sleep. And I watched a little bit of TV in between. I'm all right. I'm good. I could be more rested, but I'm all right. So, next thing is, like, I just have to get my stuff up out that house.
You know, once I can get my stuff up out that house, I will officially be free. 100%. Like 1,000%. Like for real. So, there we go. My Q&A. Oh, it disappeared on me. Oh, it disappeared. Yeah. I mean, it's getting better slowly but surely. It doesn't seem like it right now because of what happened last week. But like I said, everything happens for a reason. You know, even last week too, because it just made me realize some more things. Like Traci is still in the process of trimming the fat for real. Like I have to keep trimming the fat. Like I have to. Like nobody that is not like 10,000% on Team Traci. I can't. You know, people say they're gonna do stuff, they don't do it. I'm not that type of person. If I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. You know, when I put it out there that I need to be in communication with folks, and then nobody's reaching out, I'm like, okay, well look, I don't have time for these games. For real. Everybody knows what my situation is like, especially when I'm not asking for help. If you put it out there and then you can't follow through with what you said, then I don't need to entertain it no more. For real. There's just way too much selfishness out there, but that's all right because God don't like ugly. That man put me on the street, but he's sick. hmm You might have the house, you might have all the money, but at the end of the day, health is wealth. Remember that. This little Chobani was good. Shit. I got me some peaches too, but I'll eat those later. That little tomato basil soup that I had got yesterday. I mean, it wasn't Le Madeleine, but it's alright. It's alright. I bumped it up with some butter, some salt and pepper, a whole bowl of cheese. Where's Green Queen, the Super Rainbow Queen? You all up in here by yourself, Jeffrey. I'm sure Sprinkle lurking. Carissa's still asleep. And that's pretty much it for my regulars. That's pretty much it for my regulars. But, you know I love y'all. Like, y'all keep me going for real. Like, my back is okay. Like, this bed, I know it's the bed, like, that bed that I was sleeping on was hard as a rock. Like I said, it was like like literally like a Fred Flintstone bed. But this bed is like a pillow, so I know it's the bed that it started off with the car, you know, messing with my back, and then obviously sleeping on the bench did not help my back either. But sleeping on this bed, my back hasn't been hurting, so. Yes, I am going to make it on top, honey. Yes, that's right. Prophesize, prophesize, prophesize. Traci is going to be all right. Traci's going to be on top. Traci's going to have the whole world, like, literally at her feet. Everything's going to be all right, for real. Like, it's been enough doom and gloom. It's been enough doom and gloom. Like, I'm ready for my new beginnings. So, everything, I mean, I'm still kind of working everything out, Cookie. Like, I don't officially have an update yet. I don't officially have an update, but it was raining Saturday. So, and thank goodness I was able to get a room. So Saturday and yesterday I had a room, so I have to check out at 11. I tried to get a 12 o'clock checkout, but like I said, the dude was being rude and unprofessional. So I just have like a couple hours left or whatever. So I have to see if I can Like, I had met a gentleman, literally, when I say God is good, God is good. When I say that he's always looked out, like I said, no matter how uncomfortable, inconvenience, sleeping outside on the bench and all that stuff, people were still looking out. Like, there was a gentleman that had seen me when I was at the McDonald's the other day, and you know, he's obviously attracted to me. I'm not attracted to him, but I told him like a snippet of what my situation was. So he was like, well, call me this morning, because I don't know. He might take me out to eat or whatever, and I'll just see what's going on from that point. Then there was another gentleman when I was literally walking down the street, because I had to go back to the house to get my money, when the cousin only gave me the little $60 or whatever. I had to go back to the house to go get it. So I was walking down the street, and this dude had seen me, and I had my little, dollar store bag with me and stuff like that. And he's like, do you need a ride? I was like, sure. Sure. He's an older gentleman. If he was younger, then I probably wouldn't have did it, because it's not exactly a safe thing to do or whatever. But, sometimes you just got to step out there on faith or whatever. He gave me his number, and he said if I needed anything, to call him or whatever, because he had even said, what the cousin did was wrong. And we already know that, because, I have already had issues with these so-called Slim Shady realtors and stuff like that. They know the landlord-tenant laws and all that stuff. So I said, it's all right, because, I just gave it to God, honey. I can't worry about it no more. Like, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to let it wear on my mind, my spirit no more. It is what it is. He knows. That boy was in tears twice last week. The reality has finally set in. So, at the end of the day, though, Tracy's going to be all right. Yeah, anything way better than sleeping on a bench. Stay prayed up. Everything will be all right, Tracy. I do, Jeffrey. I always will continue. So, like I said, let's just see what happens this week. So, oh, yeah. I'm looking at these HBO shows. The Gilded Age is my shit. I love that show. I got caught up on House of Dragon. I love my Lord, Game of Thrones. And, I didn't get into Game of Thrones until right when it was about to go off the air. Like, I literally binged Game of Thrones, like, right before that last season started. Because I was with my, the last family that I was a nanny for. They literally changed the daddy changed the little cable package so I could have HBO to watch that show, which, that was nice. That was really nice. I miss them. I do. Oh, let's see. Your channel is about gloves, okay? Do I have any disposable gloves, plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves? No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. So not any official updates as of yet. But like I said, let's see what happens this week. So, and I have to respond to my messages, because I just, like I said, I needed to rest. Like, my back was hurting. It's not hurting now. So that's good. I just needed, like, mentally, emotionally, physically, like, my whole everything just needed rest. So I got rest. So I'm grateful for that. Like, I didn't go anywhere except for yesterday, to get something to eat. I literally stayed up in the room. I didn't bother nobody. I was up in here by myself. Like, I wasn't feeding into none of that stuff. Because, like I said, like, at this point, like, if ain't nobody, chipping in and helping with the cause, I don't need nobody around anyways, So that's, like, my whole thing. Like, at this point, I don't have to go back to Baltimore except for, to put my stuff in the storage. That's it. So once I'm able to put my stuff in the storage, it don't mean that I have to stay. And then, like I said, it's like people put stuff out there, and then I'm like, okay, well, I just need to talk to the person. Y'all know I haven't had the best luck with, trying to, live with people. Like, I can't invade nobody else's space, you know, but I did not receive a phone call. I had put it out there twice. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, then that obviously is not an option. So then you just have to keep it. And then at the same time, though, because I had talked to, oh, wait a minute, there it is. Hold on, let me put my thing up here. Let me see if I can get it this time. How do I like my eggs? Scrambled with cheese. I actually like Swiss cheese on my eggs more than cheddar cheese, but if I can't get Swiss cheese, then I'm fine with any other kind of cheese, but I would prefer Swiss. I love Swiss cheese in my eggs. So I just have to say, you know, that some folks have truly been looking out, and I appreciate all the donations, y'all. I do. I appreciate all the donations because it has helped keep me going. And I know money is tight for a lot of folks right now, but I still appreciate everybody that has reached out, you know, and has helped. Cause like I said, Mr. Willie helped a sister out, and I appreciate that too. And like I said, I literally was just walking down the street. I was literally just walking down the street, and you know, and that's how it's always been. It's like normally the strangers would help me more than my actual folks. That's just how it's always been. Like that time when I was in like Long Island and whatnot, like, you know, back then, you know, people were using Craigslist more and stuff like that. So this lady had responded to one of my Craigslist ads because I was bored. You know, I was sitting up in the Dunkin' Donuts and I was bored, and you know, I had kind of gave like a snippet of what was going on then, because that's the very first time I was homeless, and I had my own car back then. So the lady had reached out, and she made the decision solely herself. It was her mom's house, but she solely made the decision to help me out or whatever, and that was cool. Jesus is King. I love you, sister. Thank you, big bees. What's up, Green Queen? Hey, Purple Queen, good seeing you in the bed and somewhere safe. Yeah, just for right now, I have to check out. So, like, I only had enough money to, you know, like I said, when that's why I had posted it up on my community board. You know, the cousin only paid me $60. $60. And I'm like, I know $60 is more than $12, but he only paid me $60. So I was like, okay, like, all right, so let me see. My horoscope just popped up, and my horoscope has been on point too. Like, I don't even know what it was that I had clicked on, and then they started sending they send the little DM every morning. Let me see. It's called Magic Horoscope. It pops up on my DMs and my Facebook. So today is Monday, July the 20th. It says trust your judgment. Sorry, I can't even talk or read right now. Trust your judgment and take practical steps forward. Progress matters more than perfection today. I'm like, okay. All right, so let's see what they're talking about today. Practical matters come into focus today, Virgo. There's a decision on your plate, maybe about work, finances, or a project that's been lingering in the background, quietly asking for your attention. You've known for your meticulous action. Sorry. You're known for your meticulous attention to detail, for the way you can see the threads of others might miss. But sometimes that very gift can keep you circulating the same questions, waiting for the exclusive, perfect moment to act. Today, the universe gently nudges you to remember that progress is better than perfection. Trust yourself to make a choice, even if it feels a little risky or uncertain, even if you can't see every step ahead. Okay, I mean, that's cool. It's cool. Yesterday, like all the other ones, like last week, definitely kind of had circulated around everything that was kind of going on at the time. But like I said, this is a new week. This is a new week. It's a whole new week. So I'm just gonna focus on that. So I had put up a little story. So folks were clicking on, I don't know. It was weird. It was a lot of weird shit going on last week. And like I said, I'm not gonna feed into it. All I know is everybody's still watching. They watching, and that's fine. But I just want everybody to know that I'm all right. Like, I'm all right. I'm all right. Just being able to be in a room and actually be able to chill in a space where I didn't have to be bombarded with any more of the bullshit that was going on last week. I needed a woosah moment, so I was able to do that. So now I just got to see how I can get my stuff about this house, because I want to be so far away from all of this shit for real. What Candy Crush? I'm raking in the rewards. No, I'm not, because I haven't been playing nothing. Leave me alone. Let's see. Let's see what's up with this dragon. It's the spring festival one. Oh, that took a long time. Is that a V-trigger? Okay, I guess that's a V-trigger. I've never played this Dragon Link before. So they had the high stakes at Horseshoe a while back. Like, they switched it out. Like, they switch out the machines sometimes. So they had switched out that one particular machine. And my top favorite. Oh, okay, now. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. That's what just popped up for my morning prayers. I was like, that doesn't sound right. But anyhow, so I had went to Horseshoe by myself this particular day because I was bored, and I just wanted to get out the house. I'm trying to think, where was I at the time? I wasn't. I think this was when I was. No, it wasn't at the Horseshoe Drive. I can't remember. I think I probably was still with my last family that I was a nanny for. But anyways, like I said, it was a while ago. Anywho, so I went to Horseshoe by myself because I was bored, and I was like, let me just, go. Yeah, I think it is when I was there. I think it was when I was there because I didn't make that much money. I knew I didn't have that much money when I went to the casino. You know how sometimes when you get those little nudges and you should just try your luck. It was one of those moments. So I went and I had played my little quick hits and stuff. And I think I probably played about $60 and I hadn't won anything, right? Hold on. The lion is up here, so hold on, let me. My prayers just literally popped up. Okay, I'm not trying to log into Pinterest. My goodness. This week will be filled with great news. Make a chain, For the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Ezekiel 7:23. So it says the inspiration is Ezekiel preached the coming captivity of God's people, Israel for the blood and violence in their land, for they were not all Israel who were called Israel, Romans 9:6, and the land was his, not theirs. They had forgotten their own chains by their continual rebellion against Jehovah, King of Israel. So the prayer is, O Lord, they were not all true Israel who were of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they are not all people who enter through the doors of a church building. We fear that time when judgment must begin at the house of God, and we see, as I don't know this word, it's apostasy, rampant all around us. Keep us, O Lord, in your truth. We pray for your church, and we know that none who belong to you will fall away from the faith, for they are kept by the power of God. Amen. And my little thing, my little voicemail thing is still up there. I don't know, because I've checked it. I didn't have any more voicemails. And then, of course, all these car people keep blowing up my phone. Like, it's like a whole bunch of crap was coming through my phone. I'm like, look, I just need to sleep. I'm like, please just let me get some rest. And I'll deal with whatever I have to deal with mañana. Okay? Yes, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to take a shower, wash my hair, and I obviously have to make some phone calls. So I got to plug this phone in. Oh, hold on. I wanted to take like at least an hour nap before I have to leave. I have to check out this morning. I only had enough money for the weekend. I know you wish you could, Mr. Ray, but no, I'm good, but thank you. Yep, it was raining. It was raining Saturday, like, so I had no choice but to come inside, you know. And obviously, like, it's the whole thing was like I wasn't really welcome at the house, long story. And then I had already been there, and then I had already been helping, and then, you know, I technically did a whole month's worth of estate cleaning, and the cousin only paid me $60. But I was like, you know what? I was like, God don't like ugly. Like I said, God don't like ugly. And it's like, and Tracy prayed for justice. I pray for lots of stuff. You know, I pray to be delivered from the situation in general. Like, I pray for discernment. I pray for protection. I pray for, I don't need strength. I think I still got that, you know. I feel like I still have that. So I don't feel like that's something that I have to pray for. But this is a lot, you know. So at this point, I just need the hurt feelings, because it is a lot hurt, a lot of hurt feelings. Like, this whole situation has been really bad, like, these last 10 years. So at this point, like, I just ask God to take it off my mind, like, take the bitterness away, you know, take the fear away, take all of that stuff, all of the just not so certain feelings, you know, that I have been having. Like, I just pray that he takes it away, because I still have things that I need to do for myself, you know. So I'm trying to figure it out. You know, I still stay prayed up because I have to. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna repeat any of the stuff. Y'all know, if you've been watching my videos long enough, y'all know the crazy that has been going on with CC. Y'all know what happened last week. It's just been a whole bunch of horrible stuff. And these people, these are horrible people. They're just horrible people. And I don't understand how they conduct business, and that's messed up. Y'all know I was cleaning that nasty ass house for a whole month, and that nigga only left me $60. But that's all right. That's all right. It's all right. Because at the end of the day, Traci's gonna be just fine. At the end of the day, Traci knows how to take care of herself. Like, that boy's gonna end up in the boom boom room, and it's really sad, but things didn't have to be that way. They didn't have to be that way. So obviously, like I said, everything is just playing out the way that it was supposed to be played out. And I'm not gonna worry about it no more. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna stress about it. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. And I still put forth a whole bunch of effort, energy, everything to make sure that my situation is going to, you know, flip and be on the other side. So it's coming, you know, it literally is coming. So like I said, I just have to keep praying and then figure out what I can figure it on my own. And then that's it. So I got to see what's just going to happen this week. So we'll see. But I appreciate y'all. You know, I appreciate all the prayers. I appreciate y'all reaching out, you know, because, like, especially if I don't record, like, in a timely fashion. Like I said, I get text messages, I get DMs, I get emails, you know. Y'all are always reaching out to make sure I'm all right. And I appreciate that, you know. He should have stayed quiet. Well, I mean, it's not about him staying quiet. This is the one time where he should have just told the truth. That's what it boils down to. And then it's like, you know, and so that's been a really hard pill for me to swallow because, like I said, I thought that I was being helpful, but obviously I wasn't. Okay. So I have to live with that. Fine. You know, because I kept trying. Like the whole time, like the whole little situation that happened when I was in Fort Washington was the time that I should have, you know, walked away from Chris and just left him alone. But again, I thought that I was being helpful. Obviously I wasn't, because he caused so many problems. And I'm like, okay, but like I said, I thought that I was being helpful. Traci, you're always on my mind. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm going through a lot. I'm always going through a lot. But I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. Like, this, too, is the end of days. You see what I already had to walk away from. You see how this whole 2026, like the first part of 2026 was kind of jacked up. So that means the latter part of 2026 has to be better. It has to. It has to be better, because the first 6 months was some shit. For real. Yeah, but we're in the latter part of this year. And you know my birthday coming up next month. Y'all know that we're around, or you could go back and watch the video. That was some funky, fucked up shit that happened to me on my birthday last year. So trust and believe, Traci's going to have a whole reboot for this year. Traci's going to have a whole reboot. So that's what I said. It's like I have to have folks that are around that are 100% on Team Traci. If you're not, then I can't have you around, for real. That's just how it has to be at this point. Traci, you were trying to help him, but he was tripping. Yeah, well, he needs to stop lying. And obviously he hasn't learned that lesson with that and the scamming and all that other stuff. Me and Carissa still think it's somebody else. But at this point, like I said, I've involved myself too much in a situation that I can't change. Okay, I am only in control of the things that Traci can control. I can't control him, not like I would try to, but like I said, I tried to be helpful. And obviously I wasn't being helpful. Like I said, I can't involve any more of my mental headspace, my time, my money, okay? Because this boy spent, like I told his cousin, because his cousin don't know. He had access to thousands and thousands of my dollars, okay, before I ever asked for him a penny back. Because people could tell you, my mom raised me under the concept when it comes to friendship and loaning out money and all that stuff. She said 90% of the time you're not going to get the money back. That's what she said. So either you're in a position that you can help or you're not. So you help when you can help, and you don't help when you're not in a position to do so. So that's how I do. When I loan out money, I don't loan out the money with the expectation that you have to pay it back. And people could tell you. They could tell you, okay? But when I need something, when I need some help, like I have a perfect example. I was staying at the Belmont. I needed help. I was like, I think it was I think I was $50 short. I had asked my brother, which I don't know these people. I don't know these people. So I had asked everybody, and everybody had said no at the time. I just happened to ask my brother. I think he sent me like $60, but I only needed $50. So I was like, okay, cool. I said, as soon as I get it, I'll give it back to you. He's like, don't worry about it. Because, one day I might have to borrow the money back from you if I need something. I'm like, okay, fine, cool, no problem. So it must have been like around tax time or whatever. He's posted on Facebook all this money and stuff that he had, the money was, rubber band, and then he's fanning it out and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, he good right now. So I would have to say, like, at least from a month from that point, he gonna message me talking about he needed his money back. So I guess the money that he had, he was broke and he needed some money, and he's like, oh yeah, I gave Traci that money. Let me go ahead and get my money back. So I was like, this is what we doing for real. So I didn't have it. I didn't have it right there in that moment. But trust and believe, the moment that I did, I sent that nigga his money back. And then that was it. Okay? Like, don't ask me for nothing else. Just like with my uncle and all that stuff, you want to sit up there and hurt my feelings talking about, oh, you could just call me whatever to just chop it up, not just to ask for money and for help and all that stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't have had no problem. But you hurt my motherfucking feelings. For real. You really, really, really hit me to the core of my hurt feelings. So no, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? So you can hurt my feelings again? Oh no, sir. We're not playing that game. Traci is not a glutton for punishment. Yes, I need a reboot. I sure do. I deserve a reboot, Jeffrey. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So I deserve some happy times. I deserve, to finally have some stability in my life with my living situation, with my money situation, with everything, that I don't have to keep going through the changes of what I've been going through, whether it's trying to help people, whether it's trying to just move forward with my life. Like anybody else that need to get cut out, Traci will continue to chop the fat out. Like, that's just what I have to do for my own mental clarity, for my own mental health and well-being, for my own emotional health and well-being. Then that's what I have to do. That's what I have to do. That's it, because I can't have nobody around that I don't trust. And this was a lot. This was a lot. And then, when folks are like, I'm a chatterbox. Yes, I'm a chatterbox. But anytime Traci clam up and I ain't saying nothing, obviously it's for a reason. Okay? So obviously I just need my space. And people know what they do. They know what they say out their mouth. They know what they type in their phone and stuff like that. I don't have to sit here and justify your actions as a grown person. Okay? So if I need my little woosah moment, then I just need my little woosah moment. So that's it. Like, I don't try to bother people. I maintain low tones. Where's that damn remote? Oh, it's right here. So, hold on. I've been trying to watch as much HBO as I can. Cause there was no TV in the house. So it's better to be up in the hotel, honey. Okay, House of Dragon. House of Dragon is about to come on. It's some...
Pursuit of Happiness is another Larry David show. Larry David is funny as shit. He a nut. Anywho, I was just trying to see. So at 8:30, House of Dragon is about to come back on. Okay. Yeah, I'm tired. Like like I said, I need things to be different. So that's just what I'm gonna focus on. So I'm starting a new job today. Okay, congratulations, Cookie. Before this job, I used to be a CFO, which is a much higher level, higher paying job, but it was way too much work and not enough pay for the amount of working time. I understand. I understand that. So I quit that job because I didn't want to work all day long and bring the work home too. I've been applying to so many jobs and keep getting rejected, even for lower level, lower paying jobs. Yeah, that kind of sucks. And I can understand your frustration, honey. But the right one, the right job that's meant for you, honey, got your name on it. It's coming. So hopefully this job will be better. I mean, the lower pay always sucks. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm at a point, I feel like I need a home based business that I could create for myself, that I could do right in my house. Because I don't want to have to go nowhere if I don't want to or need to. I don't want to have to be around a whole bunch of people. I'm fine with this type of stuff. But I mean, as far as being in contact, direct contact with folks, I need to conserve my energy as much as possible at this point. I got this job, but it's so much less money and lower level. I have so many bills to pay every month, and this job won't cover all the expenses. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'll pray for you, Cookie. I'll pray for you because I know how that is. I know how that is. I was out here on the hamster wheel when I was working my little hamster wheel job at the hotel. Like, I've come to realize Tracy's worked at, I don't know, 5 hotels now at this point, and I've come to realize Tracy's are not meant to work in hotels. Okay, I've realized that. Plus, they don't pay enough money. So, like, when I was at my last hotel job was when I was working at the hamster wheel. That was like at least about 2 years ago now, or going on 2 years. And I was the only female driver at the time. Those men were lazy as shit. Like, I can't stand a lazy man. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves about a man, besides being cheap, okay? And these men were lazy as fuck, and it's like, but the management, it was the general manager that was my issue. He seemed like he was cool, but it didn't mean that it meant that he was like a good general manager and whatever. So that's ultimately the reason why I got fired, because I was recording, and I wasn't recording to officially record what was going on in the van. I was just talking to y'all, like, in between my little runs and stuff, and I had turned my phone over, so I forgot to mute it, because, like, at least if it was muted, then I could say no, I wasn't recording or whatever. But that job wasn't paying nothing. It was only paying like $15. No, in the DMV area, is the cost of living here is so high that you cannot live off of a $15 hour job when you have rent to pay, car note, car insurance, to have some TV in the house. You may have to pay gas, electric, and all this stuff, just depending if you're living in an apartment, a house, whatever. You can't afford all those bills on $15 an hour. Oh, Lord, he dressed up like a lady. He looking like Mrs. Doubtfire. Lord Jesus. That's funny. I've never known for him to play cross-dressing like that. That's funny. Anyhow, I'm sorry. Larry David got me distracted because he dressed up like a little old Jewish lady. But I know how that is, honey. I know how that is. I mean, at the time, like, I was renting a room and my rent was way too daggone high. I couldn't wash clothes. Like, I mean, I could at least use the bathroom. It wasn't an issue with me being able to use the bathroom. But that's when I was in a little situation with a crazy, slumlord Spanish lady had me up in there with that crackhead. She was a crackhead, okay? But it wasn't an issue, at least me being able to use the bathroom. But I couldn't wash clothes. I couldn't have company. Like, 1 minute it's okay for me to use the kitchen. And then once I wasn't doing what she wanted me to do, pretty much kissing her ass, then that's a problem. I'm like, okay, well, look, whatever. So I had until January, though. Like, I didn't have to go back
to the former friend situation, because the lady took me to, I started 2 jobs. I had to leave both the 2 jobs because I had just started them. And you can't take off when you start a new job. But I had at least until, this was November, and I had at least until January to figure something else out. So, like, I should have just stuck with my guns and figured out my next move without involving the other person, because, like, look, that just, it can't be no more. Like I said, God shuts the door, and when he shuts the door, you need to leave the door shut. So I feel like, too, in this situation, he's shutting the door completely, because it's like I walk away and I keep people at arm's length or whatever, but it's not good enough, because you see when something happens, because Tracy and her bleeding heart syndrome, that's what I call it. My bleeding heart syndrome. As soon as I heard that the daddy had passed, I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right. And then it's one thing about learning about the news, but it's when they officially asked me for help. Like, because I wouldn't have did nothing. I wouldn't have said nothing outside of what happened. Like, I took him out to dinner. Like I said, he don't really show too much. He don't have no problem showing his anger when he mad at me. But see, Tracy's the only one that's ever pushed him. That's why he gets mad. But his family have him up in that house. He's been up in that house for months. So what was he doing? Squandering the money and just chilling, watching TV. But now he's about to be up in the boom boom room. I know that's exactly where he's going to end up, in the boom boom room. And when I say boom boom room, I'm referring to, that's the little wheels thing. I'm referring to him having to be locked up. He's going to be locked up, and the cousin keeps saying a state facility. Like, I'm a Virgo, so I pay attention to everything. State facility means AKA he going to be up in some mental institution. Because he already mental, so he going to end up in a mental institution. What's up, Mr. Chairman? Grand Rising to everybody in the chat. Yeah, so he going to end up in the boom boom room. And actually, at this point, that's probably where he need to be, because he needs supervision. And his folks, like his cousin said, he's like, I'm not going to argue with him. I'm like, I try not to argue either, but you're only going to disrespect me but so much. Like, you're not going to keep raising your voice and all that stuff. So it's fine, because what did they say? The best revenge is living well, right? And that's what they say. Like, I'm not a vengeful person. I don't have strife in my heart. But at this point, I've helped and helped and helped so many people. And then you see, when I need help, do I get the help that I need? No. I'm not saying that I don't get some help, but to the magnitude of how I've helped people. I mean, I've given up so much of my money, but then when I need help 1 time, 2 times, it shouldn't be a problem, me getting the help. And then I shouldn't have to give up my body just to have a place to stay. The dude, bus stop Chris, literally was like, oh, I'm coming up there to see you, la, 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 la. He didn't say, this is what I'm saying about the communication and the games that they play. He never said he was at work. He just kept saying, oh, I'm coming down there to see you. So the park, everybody know the damn park that I was at. Even Mr. Willie knew the park that I was talking about. When I said, oh, I have been sleeping in the park this week. Oh, yeah, I know, the basketball courts. Yeah. So he's talking about, the library is just right down the street from the fucking basketball court. It's just in the opposite direction. He kept trying to play like he didn't know where I was. But like I said, he didn't tell me that he was on his way home from work, and he take the bus. So obviously, it takes longer for you to commute when you're on the bus or the subway or whatever. But I think he just was on the bus. So I was headed back down. He said, I'm going to the library. I said, okay, I'm going to head back to the library. But I still had that heavy ass cart. And I got halfway there. I was at the bus stop, and I was like, I was tired. My arm was hurting. I'm like, I'm not going all the way down to the library. So he said he lives over there by the library, which is, the bus stop is just right up the hill from where I was at the bus stop. So he didn't believe me, I guess, that I was out there with the cart and all that stuff. So he came out there and all that stuff to talk to me, right? I guess to feel me out, to see if he was actually going to invite me into his space. Because when I had first met him, he's like, well, you know what, Tracy, you cool as shit. I fucks with you. He was like, well, he said, if you needed anything, if you needed a place to stay, like, I don't have a problem offering you a place to stay. So when he came, to talk to me and whatnot, Like we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation, but then he keeps calling his male friend. Why do you keep calling your male friend? Because this is exactly the shit that the dude from West Virginia had put me through. I'm not doing what he wants me to do. So he's, I guess, getting his brother on the phone for, reassurance that, oh, this is what he wants, this is what he want me to do. Yeah, anyways, so dude was like, well, I'm from the streets. I'm like, I don't want to deal with no more folks that are from Baltimore that are from the streets. Okay. I don't want to deal with that. Like, and first of all, I didn't even put it out there. Like, this was a possibility, whatever you have thinking in your mind. I can't help how I look. Okay. I can't help how I look. I can't help that people are normally attracted to me. That doesn't mean that I'm attracted to them back. And I go through this every single solitary day, whether I'm going through stuff or not going through stuff. Like the dude that time when I was at work, hit me on my behind, like right when the elevator door was about to close and I couldn't react because I would have smacked the shit out of him. I was like, keep your hands to yourself. Like, and he too, I wasn't attracted to. He was cool though, and he was like, well, I want to see what the casino is. I took him to the casino. But then I was at work. So when I'm at work, I'm focused on my job and my money. Like I don't entertain foolishness from men while I'm trying to collect my coins, okay? So that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So anywho, that whole situation was fucked up. That was the first night. That was Monday night. I had to leave the house Monday. That was Monday night. So literally, literally, it was the first night. So that could have made a difference of me not having to be on the street the first night. But guess what? I am not opening my legs to a stranger that I'm not attracted to just for the sake of me having a place to lay my head for one night. That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I don't know where you been, don't care, don't want to know. And then it's so funny because after that whole little situation happened, because he's still on the phone talking to the dude. And so I was like, okay, well, look, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And so he got off the phone real quick. He's like, well, where are you going? Back to the park where I just was before I came back here, on a daggone wild goose chase. And I just some more shenanigans and malarkey. They don't help that. No, they haven't always. He wanted some from you, but Traci wasn't down with it. No, I'm not. I don't know these people. Like, think about how many. Think about how much Traci actually, gets hit on, and I'm just supposed to automatically give in to every single person that's attracted to me. I'm just supposed to give in to that. No. No. Sorry. That's not how that works. I'm that thing is the furthest thing from my mind. You see, I was hanging out with my ex. We were in and out the hotel. He was hanging out with me. He had even, stayed the night with me like 3 times in the car. We both sleeping in the car. Did I do anything? No, because that's the furthest thing from my mind. And they're not helping me do shit. He couldn't even give me $20 for gas. And then when he lied and said, oh, I have a place for you to stay, he gonna automatically say, oh, I need you to send me $20. He didn't say $20 for the person that's supposed to be trying to supposedly allegedly come and pick me up. He wanted $20. And I know what that meant for his beer or his liquor or whatever the fuck he needed the $20 for. I'm like, so if you at least had a ride for me, I could try to come up with the $20. But it would go directly to the person that's giving me the ride. Okay? Not to them directly. Because I know what that means. I'm not stupid. People smell and get a whiff of my situation, and they try to take advantage of my vulnerability in that moment. Just like the dude. Bus stop Chris, same thing. Oh, I'll give you a place to stay for the night, but I'm gonna want some pussy. Boy, if you can get the fuck out of my face. For real. Like, it's not that type of party. For real. Like, it's not that serious. Because what did I do? I went ahead and I saw him watch me walking away. He was still standing there for a minute watching me walk away because I'm not giving up no coochie. I have not had no vitamin D in over a year. So I'm just automatically supposed to open my legs to a complete stranger that I had just met 2 weeks ago. No. No, I'm sorry. Just like, when my folks were trying to pick me out to the Muslim dude that didn't have no money. At that time, that's when I was at like at least the 2 year mark at that point. But no, I can give up coochie to who I want to give up coochie to. I don't. People that are supposed to be your friends don't try to pimp you out to people that are broke and don't have no money. That shit don't make no sense. Like, lady, I need you to make it make sense. That shit don't make no sense. Ain't got time. But anyways, like I said, you know, Tracy's at the threshold of her new beginnings. Like I said, what's up, Super Rainbow Queen? How you doing, Coffee Queen sister? Glad to see that y'all finally popping up in the chat. Yeah, so let me see what episode this is. Oh, it must be last night's episode. House of Dragon come on at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. So I finally got to get caught up a little bit. I got some coffee. I drank half of it. It's not hot anymore, so I had got me some coffee this morning. I should probably heat up my food too. I had to go to the 7-Eleven. I couldn't eat my soup and stuff because I didn't have no utensils. Yes, honey. Yes. I recorded yesterday. I just didn't record. What was that? Thursday and Friday. Yeah, because I recorded Wednesday. I think it was Thursday, Friday, but I recorded Saturday. It was raining. Like, it had started raining hard, so thankfully I was able to get a room and stuff. Yes. Cheers to you too, Coffee Queen sister. Cheers. Ding. It's cold, but it's still good. I don't mind hot, cold, whatever coffee's cold. Oh yeah, why didn't I see this? See, I didn't miss the episode. And it's like I had to turn this off to watch it because it's copyright infringement if I leave the camera on when I'm trying to watch the TV. That's what happened. I was watching Vanderpump Rules. It was fine when I was talking because I guess my voice was kind of masking the TV. But the moment that I fell asleep, that's when I got the copyright notification when I was watching Vanderpump Rules. Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be just like Lisa Vanderpump. I do. I love Lisa Vanderpump. I sure do. And trust and believe, I would love to have all of her money. I would love to have all of her money. I would love to have all of her money. Yes, I would. Yeah. But in general, I just love. She's like, she can get snippy and spunky when she wants to, but it's still low key. Not like how I would, get spunky. I think that's the main thing. Because she handled her business and all that stuff. But, you don't always have to bring the rah-rah. But sometimes, if you need to bring the rah-rah, bring the rah-rah. Because sometimes people don't get the hint unless you bring the rah-rah. So I met a really nice African lady while I was at the library. Like I said, it's like, there was a lot of fucked up shit that happened last week, but there was a lot of good stuff that, like I said, the dude gave me a ride. The dude, I had, like, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see, what time is it again? Because I'm going to call Mr. Lucas before I actually officially leave. Okay, yeah, this came on at like 8:30. Okay. Yeah, so I met the really nice African lady in the library. And so I was on the phone. And, when you're in the library, you're supposed to be quiet. Like, you're not supposed to be making a whole bunch of noise and all that stuff. So like, I was on the phone, but I was trying not to make too much noise and stuff like that. So I think I was on the phone with Carissa at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And, yeah, because I think I was on the phone with both of them. And then Kay had to go. Oh, actually, you know what? I did. Let's see what's my phone on, because I didn't get it. Let me text her, because I had texted her yesterday. At least I was able to get my Chinese. Like, that was one of the things. Like, for over a month, I was sitting there craving that damn Chinese because I couldn't get it, you know? And then it's like my brain was playing them damn Jedi mind games on me. But like I said, that's messed up that the dude only paid me $60. But that's all right. God don't like ugly. And Traci prayed for justice all day, every day. I prayed for justice. You know, and every time when I say that, you know, Cece be like, well, you're praying for, you know, bad things to happen to me. I was like, no, that's not how prayer works. And I'm not vengeful like that. You know, yeah, it's messed up that you continue to hurt my feelings and try to run my name through the mud and all that stuff, but I don't wish no ill will on nobody because that could come back on you. That's not what I do. I just I just take it to God every time that I get messed over by somebody that was supposed to be close to me. It chips a little bit away from me, and it just has me more in my feelings every time when something stupid happens. Oh, I didn't check these numbers either. Shaquille O'Neal's opening a chicken place. It's supposed to be the first one here in Maryland. And it's from the Moco show. Okay. That Mega Millions is up to 707 million. I know that's right. And I already got me a multi-match ticket because that's already above 2 million. That's a multi-match is a Maryland game. 184. Oh, come on, thing. $69.56. Oh, damn. 87877 was the pick 5. All right, let me text. So folks who are trying to come out the woodwork for real. Okay. So I told y'all I don't do a lot of video chatting. And then it's like people still trying to video chat with me. I'm like, you need to ask permission. Ask permission. Because if I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. When I'm not, I'm not. You know what I mean? Oh, excuse me. That's why I said I need to try to take me a nap. See, it's already 9 o'clock. I'm going to stay on here for 10 more minutes, y'all. Then I'm going to take me an hour nap before I got to leave. This bed is like, it's like a pillow. I know I was sleeping on his childhood bed, and it's hard as a rock. This bed, my back has not been hurting since I've been sleeping in the bed. So it's that bed that was contributing to my back still hurting, and the fact that I was cleaning and bending, and like I wasn't bending when I was cleaning the floor, but I had to keep taking the broom in those little kind of like circular motions. So obviously that was pulling on my back and all that stuff to only get $60. Okay. But like I said, thankfully that people have looked out, and I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate it. So I didn't have to be in the rain. And then I just have to figure out where I'm going to go this week for real, because I can't do 2 weeks in a row on that bench. Like I just can't do it. Like it had been so hot. And then like on Wednesday it was really, really hot. That was my mom's birthday, and I had to keep moving the little cart and stuff to try to not have it directly in the sun, and you know, I don't know. It was rough. It was rough. But this is a brand new week. It's a Instagram. Oh, I like his little videos. What is that, Cat in the Hat? No, that's his pal. What is that, Batman? He has a little Simba cup. Money Dane. So this car company keeps popping up, but I don't know. I think it's not like just an individual, not like my last situation where he's like a private car owner. It's like a company. Okay, so this popped up my Virgo astrological sign on Facebook. Virgo, God needs you to see this. Psalm 46:10. What's meant for you will come without chasing. You don't have to force it, beg for it, or fear losing it. All you have to do is stay still and trust him. He's already working things out in ways you can't even imagine. Soon you'll look back and say, God, you gave me even more than I asked for. If God has been good to you, put amen. I know that's right. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, who is that? What is her name? That's Fifi. I think that's Fifi. It looks like Fifi. I like that burgundy. That burgundy is real pretty. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes abundance arrives when you keep choosing to move forward. Absolutely. Okay, this one I don't know. This that's kind of thick. Quick key rentals. I don't know if that's right. Oh, I probably should go get something to eat. set my alarm for 10:30. I love y'all too. Y'all are awesome. Okay, come on, cancel. 10:30, 10:30, 10:30 a.m. We don't want them calling up here. And it took forever for housekeeping to finally come on this side yesterday. Which is funny because I'm on the front side. All right. So no more fun in the pillow bed. I gotta get up out of here. Yep, it's about time. I gotta get up out of here. So it is nap time. So I'm about to take my nap. These feel like new pillows on the pillowy bed. So, like I told Jeffrey, I was gonna pop in for like at least an hour. I gotta figure out where I'm going, what I'm doing for this week, y'all, and I gotta try to see how I can make arrangements to get my stuff moved, into my storage and stuff like that. And like I said, once I get my stuff moved out the house, I don't have to go to CC house no more, because the cousin doesn't want us to communicate no more. But whatever, like I said, I'm not gonna let somebody else dictate, what I do. I already chose. Carissa already chose to, keep our distance from him without their involvement. Like I said, my stuff got brought into this house without this man's interaction, involvement, anything. So I don't need you to be involved with me getting my stuff out the house. Okay. So that's why I was able to pack up most of my stuff. I used all the empty boxes from when they had cleared out that room, because like that room, there was stuff almost up to the ceiling. You couldn't even get in that room. So they cleared out the room, and so those were literally the boxes that were left over from that. I'm trying to think, do I even need any more boxes? Because I got some more packing tape just in case. I don't know. I have to go. My storage is right here. I have to go talk to the dude and all that stuff. So I'm gonna do that when I leave here. It's within walking distance from where I am, so I'm gonna go there. And then there's a U-Haul spot, so I can see at least, I don't even know how many miles. I don't know. I don't know how many miles it would be from here to my storage. I have no clue. I have to pull it up on the Google Maps just to see or whatever. But anywho, y'all, I'm gonna take me a nap. I'm gonna take me a quick hour nap. I'll get up, take my shower, wash my hair, and see what this week has in store. Let's see what this week has in store. So, all right, y'all. Let me charge my phone. I'm charging this phone, but I probably should charge this one, so at least it's a full charge on this phone. See you soon. Enjoy your nap. Thank you, Super Rainbow Queen. Thank you. Like, you see, I'm literally like, I feel like I'm in a dip now. I'm in the dip. Like, this must be like a memory foam bed. And when I say it's way more comfortable than that crazy lady bed, it's way more comfortable because my back has not hurt at all this weekend since I've been chilling in this bed. And I made it a point not to go nowhere except for yesterday. Because I came later, because check-in here was 2 o'clock, so I could have been here at 2 o'clock, but I was trying to get some stuff squared away, obviously, with CC and all that stuff before I got here. I got here like about, I think it was like 5 or 5:30, like when it was pouring down rain, and it's like my tripod, it got wet, and it's like I try not to get that type of stuff wet, because you never know what's in there that could rust, But anyhow, let me stop rambling. I'm going to take my nap, and I'm going to come on later, y'all. I'll come on later, so Let me charge this phone so hopefully it could be at a full charge by the time I leave, and then we'll see what happens. Like I'm not trying to go into that bin and all this stuff because he said he wanted me to like take a look at stuff, but stuff is piled up to the top. Like I don't want to go in there unless I'm actually moving the stuff. You know what I mean? Oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord. That didn't look good. Okay. All right. I love y'all. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you if there are any new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the land of Tracy with an I and all the crazy that seems to unfold. But we about to get to a whole new beginning and have a whole new little saying when I come up here in the pier. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be all right, y'all. It's going to be all right. And then the moment that I'm able, Tracy's going to get on the road because I need a break. And it's my birthday month. Like, we coming into my birthday month, so... yeah. Anywho. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. And you will see me when you see me. All right. Toodles. Bye, y'all. Tracy out.